And G2, they're going to start with only 2 over the wards B, just playing the 2-1-2 to open this up. Hooksy does have this smoke, so that's going to come in handy, right? Maybe can look to stifle the B pop.
What's Jame up to? That's what I want to know. He holds Palace early, but he doesn't do anything, doesn't make any noise.
Doesn't have any util.
And he resets. So checking for an early push.
Might be seeing that G2 sometimes like to push apps early in some of their pistols, so just making sure, you know, if that's happening, maybe he will give the call to just speed up B. If not, they can wait, decide what they want to do.
They're waiting, they're deciding, but ultimately they are executing on this B bomb site. Hooksy has a smoke, probably drop that front bench and try and stay alive. And he's going to go hide at the back of the site. Hunter gets cut off by util as well. G2 can flood through market door, but everyone is here for VP, flooding the bomb site right now. m0NESY gets gooshed. Control here, no one dead yet. Finally the kills start coming through. VP patient for a moment, but then Hunter comes in with the entire round. 3 shots as he runs through the short smoke. G2 flip it back in an instant.
Oh, that's what's so beautiful about G2, man. Like, you know, look kind of dicey there, right? Look kind of scary for a moment when they're 3v5 down. And then from nowhere, Hunter pushes this short smoke and absolutely destroys them.
But I love this. I love the aggression on the retake. You know, we see so many teams just let them plan, then wait and then go for late 5v5 retakes. The bomb didn't even go down. And Hunter, that's, you know, why I love watching him as a player, just going for that aggression through the smoke, understand that the call is, hey, let's just go for it right now, finds 2 great kills. They can't cover everything, you know, at the same time.
And also, you're probably thinking about, you know, things like money and bomb plants more so in a game against VP where you know they're calculating everything to a T, so denying a plant there does have complications. Sure, VP are always going to full eco this, come in with third round buy.
And I think you can also see the awareness from G2, right? We see a lot of FAMASes. I mean, personally, I would have even bought an M4 with small armor on a couple of players.
Really? Against Glocks?
Yeah, but who cares? You know, it's Glocks. You just take the fight, right? Because you have 3 FAMASes in the next round against AKs.
Sure.
Yeah, I would maybe rather have 1 less FAMAS and an extra MP9 and then an M4 instead one of the FAMASes. I don't know.
Is that not hindsight cool though? Because what if m0NESY has an M4 Kevlar here and he gets 1 Glocked? And then what we'd be saying is, why didn't he
can't play around the idea that you're going to lose an M4.
m0NESY got double dinked in this round. He got headshot twice. He would have been dead.
Yes, but it depends on which player you would get it. You don't have to get it on the guy who's in window or fighting.
Well, luckily enough, G2 don't lose a player to Glock.
This was really important. Like when I was coaching, you have to, if you know a team ecos with no plant, there's a specific way you need to buy in the second round to not be in a bad spot in the third round, so that even if you lose the third round, you can buy in the fourth.
Okay.
You know, like there's a whole layer to that early game, and we'll see how this pans out for G2 with 3 FAMASes.
Pressure's on immediately. Windows smoked. Con as well. VP storm out middle. Look at that from Mir. The pacing is well up and truly in G2's face. Double kill. Coming from under. Hunter needs and looks for a trade down below. Mir won't give it. What a blinding opening double. No one even looking. And these timings getting missed by Hunter as well. Mir might just catch a 3rd kill. His team is setting him up for it. Another re-smoke comes in. Hunter plays towards ladder, and VP can just split this A side. There's literally no one here. G2 forced to save. They're about to find out.
Yeah, rough way for this to start for G2 in the first rifle round, but fantastic for Mir.
The first of many saves in this series.
Yeah. And it's not even VP the ones to do it.
I don't know if we can see Nico's POV in a replay or something, but he sort of peaked lower and then came back and he didn't catch Mir. I don't know if he didn't maybe swing wide enough or what happened there, but the pace from Mir caught him completely off guard. 2 easy entries for him. He had a great game on Mirage in particular yesterday on the T side, working that underground area, coming into connector, just having really good timings, winning a lot of fights. And yeah, G2, you know, you could see, like, they were going for the mid-fight. They were sending 2 guys out, Cat. Nico was down Con. I think m0NESY was also in window. So they really wanted to deny that mid control, but just sort of a little blunder.
He heard the step of Nico and he just went rapid.
So you said that Nico did check under like before that, right? But didn't.
I think you could see on the radar that he was
Didn't
there.
seem like a wide swing or anything, for sure.
Yeah, he kind of does glance at it. All right, so unfortunate timing for Nico. But a well-earned double for Mir, and VP are on the board immediately. They go back to the mid control, but G2 are going to start taking room on the extremities. This is nice, right? You plan to concede mid, so you've got to take real estate elsewhere.
We saw these really heavy defaults from VP on this T side yesterday, Yankee. You weren't a massive fan of it, but they were consistent. They did an entire T side against Liquid.
I'm fine with the default, just
It was never
switch
an
it up every now and then, right? And we can see also Nico was throwing the smoke to bait for JKS, who is in that forward position but has all of his utility. Hooksy doing the Timmy.
That's a good reference.
I like that.
Yeah. JKS is wide. He's committed. He's looking to fight for this, and Norbert will clear it. So nothing for Justin. It's down to Nico, down in spawn right now. He might even get smoked off. They're throwing an exec. Flash goes high. Nico won't be smoked. He can fight for this round. Essentially, the whole round rests on Nico, but he gets mollied out of position. No palace swing. He will survive for now.
Hooksy's going to try give them this this smoke to fight around. Molly forces James into a weirder angle, and yeah, he just has to move off of it entirely.
They're saving.
But they can't justify going for this, so it's a 9 alive save round here.
Strap in, folks.
Hooksy has a kid.
Yeah.
Hooksy could try the big ninja. Now, to be honest,
with 5 up.
To be honest, it's crazy.
With 5 up,
no one expects Hooksy.
I think he's waiting maybe to get a kill by some chance and upgrade the rifle. I don't know if he would really try to defuse with no kid.
All right. VP already making bank. That's what I'll say, right? Couple of very clean rounds on this T side. 5 alive and both. And forcing G2 to, meet them. That's the thing. VP are making G2 play their game, right? Like, even though that's the right call, making the save in that position, you're just thinking about the economy in a matchup like this. You're thinking about the longevity.
I also think, like when we came into this series and we had that kind of little tech delay to kickstart this, we were talking about how with VP, like the way that someone like James starts rounds is kind of by punishing your aggression, right? So you try to not give those moves as often. But I think in a way, right, that ends up with you almost having to subscribe to the way that VP play their game, right? So I feel like it's hard. I feel like you always have to fight VP on their terms. G2, they've got the rifles back out. m0NESY tried taking that AWP over into mid.
He peeked under off spawn. Held it for a while as well, but you can't stay there forever. VP late mid take. And m0NESY, he's in the right spot for this. You would kind of require a kill here just to soften up the VP entourage, but a missed shot could have been a collat. A VP brazen enough to reface they are, and they will pay the price.
Yeah, G2 are very happy now. Securing the 5v4. Hooksy pushing up through the apartments with his flashbang. And even though Norbert's blind, he's still going to get away with that trade, with the equalizer rather. So a 4v4 now bestowed upon VP, thanks to that push.
That was a good play from G2, just unable to get the kill. And you'll see now they creep up back towards connector with Nico in jungle.
20 seconds. He's in. VP have got to move. Even a kill here, dropping the bomb, could throw this round into disarray. There's a gap. That's enough for Nico, you would hope. JKS helps with the crossfire, commits and drops the bomb. James looking nowhere, and no time to do it here for VP. They are going to get absolutely burnt alive. What a round for G2, and what a round for the Savage. 4 under the balcony. puts it on the board. That's just too late for VP.
Yeah, I mean, they wanted to split B, but that aggressive move ruined it a little bit for them. Also, m0NESY with the op. It's funny because VP won 2 flawless rounds, but that also means m0NESY knows there's no op in play because James still has the AK from the first gun round. That gives him a little bit more freedom to fight on mid. That's why he re-peaks from Con, and third round on the board for G2.
Double orbs out now for G2.
Yeah. HooXi's been running it a lot recently, right? We've seen it on Anubis B site. He's been loving the big green.
We've seen him whip it out early against VP at Gamers 8 too. I think it's just sort of against this default slow style. Double op is a good. Oh, Mirrors.
Oh, he just burned
almost
90 damage and under.
But double op is a good counter to it, right? You can pick off the T anchors on the extremities, and also it's not super utility heavy, so you will get some good shots off.
Nice, important kill for HooXi there. And the nade timing, not quite. Mir must have sat in that molly looking for a kill, burning, hoping they swing him, but they did not. And man, was it worth it? Even Jane won't give him his orb. No, Mir is not simple. Jane looks for his B pick instead. Oh, just missing that boost timing as well. They get up on the balcony. If he did see something, he could molly it, but I don't think he caught that. Jane looks for this AWP, but at 35 seconds, are they calling it?
I think they might.
That would be mad. Even for them. Surely you throw Fame in for a fight. If he gets it, this whole round could unravel. But 20-second smoke, something's happening.
Something is happening. m0NESY, with that kill, that seals the deal on the round. Now they save for real.
I like that they tried, though. They could have called that off.
Oh, God, Flit.
Don't die after time. Oh, yeah. At least it's before the clock. Jane won't be happy.
No,
Slap on the wrist.
Yeah, James won't be happy with that.
Could have hit it in under, bud. It's a different game when you watch Virtus.pro.
But, you know, they tried like kind of 2 opening moves in the round, right? Admittedly, the play out through A was a little more desperate. It was all just hinging around like Fame finding someone pushed up at ramp. And that kind of gives them the second win to go for the round. It's actually HooXi who locks them out of it with his AWP over towards B. Norbert and HooXi might be destined to fight again here.
Wouldn't be much of a fight. AWP v Tech9. And HooXi knows what he's up against. He plays passive. He plays that bench angle to give himself a pixel shot. Not an easy hit, but enough warning against what could be Tech9's fast. It will be out middle instead, though. Again, VP flash their way. They swing. G2, no, they don't need to commit to dying in middle. Not this early in the round. And honestly, with the way the VP have been playing, it's been so late that G2 know they can win rounds to time. They've already done so.
But the problem with that is also, okay, you have mid and you're playing default, and there's an op on Jane, but the remaining utility isn't great. You still have to try to get into the bomb site, and there's 2 ops on the opposing side. G2 is clearing ramp 2. HooXi is by himself with the op.
Uh-oh.
We'll see now. Now the help is coming in form of m0NESY, who also has an op. They need a rifle there.
Even HooXi's backing off. Realizing this hit is inevitable. With no mid-info, they get a cat molly down, but it's the apps play where the majority is coming from.
This could still get tricky. m0NESY's alleviated some of the pressure, though, and with Hunter set up on short, he's going to deal with this short wrap, or at least he's going to try to. Instead, it's Mir winning the openers. m0NESY now has to hold the line alone.
Wow.
Nails that first shot. Oh, nearly the second. m0NESY's got 1 shot left in the AWP. Jane with the full commit, backstabbed by JKS through the apartments. And so even though that bomb goes down, m0NESY and JKS will lock in the round for G2.
How did m0NESY get back in kitchen as well? He was back sight. He runs to take that window angle, just completely changing position. And James, the mind game of sticking the bomb in front of an AWP, knowing that, yeah, this is obviously a fake. I would never stick this. Thank goodness JKS has such a quick flank off of that A ramp push that we saw earlier in the round. It saves G2's bacon from what could have been a very awkward round.
I'll tell you how. He's the Flash.
He is quick.
He just gets it done. Still ended up being pretty close, all things considered. But you can see the problem there for VP. Okay, this wasn't an optimal buy for them either.
Oh, man. Mir is... Welcome back, buddy. A spillage on the desk. He's got it everywhere.
What's he spilled? What's that white liquid all over his desk?
You're an expert, Harry.
What is all that white liquid? Is it milk?
Mir with his glass of milk. I heard he won't play an official without it.
Or maybe that white monster.
Yeah, he's sipping on the white monster.
Mir's, yeah, he's had his tech problems today. Now he's got a milk spillage on standby.
See, no one in G2 drinks milk.
I don't know. I heard Justin has strong bones, Harry.
That's from man. He just built like that. He's 90% bones. Most
I don't
people
know about bones, but he has a strong back playing with Chad all the time. He has to.
Hey man, when they play together, it's weird. It's like you get transported back to a bygone era.
For me, it's like this is what I wish for VP to do. Or I mean, okay, so you know there's a double op, right? So one of the ops is on B, obviously, unless they're doing some sort of a trick play. So you can just use that. So you don't even have to just execute B, you know, like fake default execute B. That might be a little bit too obvious for you to do, and the CT still have a good amount of utility. You may still get shut down, right? But what you can do is sort of fake that and make them think that's what you're doing, make them spend a lot of grenades and make them paranoid about that bomb site later on, right? And then you don't have to go B, you can go late into the round, you know they won't have a lot of utility to counter you, right? You can post up Jane there quickly to take the angle, put a little bit of pressure. Instead, they're just sort of keep defaulting.
Harry, put that PC on Monacy POV. I want to watch him root right now. He's got 100 ADR. He's been getting very involved on the orb. Very mobile. But yeah, to your point, they've even left HooXi alone on B in multiple rounds here. Monacy again goes down under, looking for the opener, but there's a run boost set up top mid. Monacy hits his. As the boost comes out, the timing was there for VP, but G2 are not distracted. There's 3 eyes on middle, or at least 3 set to them. Make that 2. Nico gets traded out by Hunter, and G2 won't die on this hill. 1 gun given out in mid, but even Monacy can hold a bit of an eye towards it. VP are going to crawl in through under late. They've still got the AK up top, so they can go from no guns to 2 seemingly easily, unless Hunter goes for a swing. G2 are not priming him to do so. And even VP are in no hurry to re-enter this battleground in mid.
They're rubbing their hands together over the thought of free gun. And that's a crazy ding. Now they found another kill onto Hunter in the window. Right as he tried to re-aggress, this push and a ramp from JKS is at least giving them something to act on the back of. But because they don't have mid, are paranoid about the con split. HooXi on the B hold, left here alone, only 1 from his AWP. Nice shot out of Monacy. There's a wrap on wrap through the apartments. Jame is being flanked by JKS right now. That plant's still going to come in for VP. There's nothing that JKS can do to stop that. Only just now arriving. A little later for Justin. He now plays his hand from the apartments. Another missed shot for Monacy. They can't really look to... Oh, they will go and pressure the orb. They find Monacy in the market. And now it's just JKS. They know where he is. They've got him boxed in here. And he can't find Jame. He can't get a bearing on him. Finally locates this pistol, but so much time has elapsed. He goes walking into that crossfire, and VP bully him.
Oh, yeah, they just swap off the double orb that they save as well. What a round for Fame, man. He hit some crucial shots. That trade on HooXi back B when he has the perfect angle. He knows he's being locked by Monacy on the window, and he somehow jumps over that AWP. Sure, Monacy misses more shots than you could expect of him in this round, considering the game he's been having as well. But then Fame abates Jame perfectly enough to win that round. VP get it done with pistols. That was... You know, P250s, remember, Monacy misses a quick opener up cat, but he still escapes back to B. So no harm, no foul here. VP with full mid control, this time a little easier. What will they do with it? And when?
Do we believe in the Hooksy pixel shot or?
Yes.
Oh, because there's someone else on the other side. James, he wants to try and exploit this Hooksy B orb, and he meets him on the pixel angle, but not destined to go re-swinging back into that RG2. And so once again, they're going to try and take some space on the extremities over towards A. This time it's not ramp, it's Palace. And they're going to learn that this side of the map is empty. m0NESY is now rotating over right as this B play looks to come through. The rest of G2 are making their way around, but these players have got to hold the site in defense of B. Hooksy puts up one, can't find any more. He will get wrapped, finished off by the J-Maul. Missed shot for m0NESY. This is getting awkward now. If the tides don't change soon, G2 are out of this round.
They should say
3v4, they're already maybe past that point.
They just have no flank, no cat control. Triple market is a dead, a dead round here for G2 unless a kill is given over, and VP are not going to chase you in this post plant. What a try for m0NESY, but James locks it down, throwing himself through the window for that kill, and he almost catches Fame at E-box. Instead, the hunt may just come through. The AWP removed. VP the masters of money, and G2 a bank broken. And that's what happens when, you get dropped on B. Hunter hits a dink, nothing more.
But I think, you know what the problem there is? There's one thing that, and I know it was weird for Hunter because he's in that cubby, so any noise he makes, they know where he is. But I think he should have used his smoke, because when his teammates are making the play on A, right, and gathering information, as soon as they get that info, that's when you just can use your utility and make it more difficult for him. He could either block Cat or maybe just throw a defensive smoke, on the ground that he can play around and make it easy, be more of a nuisance. Hooksy sort of did use his utility at the last minute. I think that could have maybe helped Hunter.
Honestly, he's trying to get back in this game, though, with an AWP. Because he started lights out, and then ever since I mentioned it, he's missed about 6 shots in 2 rounds. Throwing himself deep into the apartments here. Nice boost for this early kill. And, oh, James almost gets caught off. They don't have a nade to play off of. Cover not going to be enough. Nico gets out with a kill on flip, but very low, and no one... Oh, JKS has armor, actually. He could swap that over completely, but he needs to rotate all the way around into Palace to do so. Flank is in.
Hunter can hear this.
Oh.
That's a dink onto Mir. That's the bomb now trapped in top mid. Meanwhile, out on A, Justin needed that. If he gets that kill, suddenly the round is really heating up. It still could as Hooksy taps out one with the USP. The bomb's coming back to A. VP don't have space over on the B side of the map, and they know that G2 had the apartments, so they feel like their hands are tied into the A play here. Oh. Shot from James Orb. This one is on a knife's edge. VP is sweating right now.
Yeah.
Nico posted on this AWP. m0NESY with the M4 smoked off back in connector. Might be able to spam out the planter here. Just enough. Mir will fall trying to plant that bomb. And now for James and Norbert, the reality is dawning on them that this round looks like it's gotten away from them. This round should be done. And there's Nico looking to make it so. 10 seconds left for Norbert, and there just simply isn't time. There's not a route back into this. He won't get given that kill in the spawn, and so a save is all he can manage. G2 managed to do it with very little in this round. It's the hero guns, that AWP and M4 combo, that's all they've got, and they make it work.
Unbelievable round, Yanko.
Absolutely. First, all the damage that Nico did, but also G2 finally, I think this is the first time in this game that VP doesn't have anyone in B apps, and that's exactly when G2 goes for the early aggression. That was disgusting.
First bullet is deadly accurate on that run.
And even this kill from m0NESY, you can see Hunter with the assist. That's the dink he got with the USP from B app, so all that damage mattered a lot in the end.
Oh, there he's back, baby. He is back. Nice shot. Looked like he was ready to discount Mir. The nade lands a little late. Jame has been getting beaten up in these last couple of rounds, and JKS holds on the A side alone. So VP, I mean, if there wasn't a minute and a half on the clock, you would be calling it off already, and maybe, just maybe they still are. But obviously, give the round its due diligence, see if G2 get aggressive.
I mean, that last round was the first time G2 sort of had an eco. They had 2 save guns, the rest were on an eco, so it has been tough for VP because of all the saves from G2. The 4 rounds from VP are all gun rounds.
Yeah. And they've saved in 4v5, they've saved in 3v5, 2v5, so G2 have certainly been keeping the money, even with VP of 1 round.
If you were to look at the scoreboard in terms of frags, it would look so strange.
Only 1 player in double digits after, well, now 11 rounds of play. I don't think this one's going anywhere, folks. It's, you know, it's nice watching VP games though, because there's always time to go to the bathroom. If VP like lose the first man, you can just go.
Well, but
You've got like 90 seconds.
VP has won 4 rounds. They have 21 kills combined.
Yeah, that is
right.
insane.
Like that's the saving denies you some of those kills, but rounds are obviously what matters. And this save is fine because they'll all buy regardless, right? They'll spend all their money regardless in the next round, and then if they lose that, they'll all eco.
Still running out of rounds on this T side. Like, worst case scenario, we're getting to, you know, 9-4 and VP have a last buy.
Yeah, but you have to be real. You know, you have to be realistic. 1900. I mean, there's a lot more value in the save than in just dying, you know, going for a 3v5 and then dying, and then, you know, you have to save with 1900 and then you get a 4.3 buy against a team that has everything and a double up potentially. Those are really difficult rounds to win, so...
Yanko, that economics degree that you have is extremely useful for these kind of matches right now.
Me and Maniac both getting to use our degrees.
That's
in
true.
Recent times.
That was a great segment last night. Thoroughly enjoyed that.
Thank
Dr.
you.
Matthew.
And patient Yanko.
Patient Yanko.
Yeah, in the madhouse. Again, the aggro, and this time, the second time, the VP don't have anyone defaulting here. They've had Norbert, they've had Mir controlling this part of the map. And Mir's just crept out under, but Norbert gets shot in the back. Mir must turn around. They are aware. They've seen him here every single time. And the Lord, the Giga Chad, he does it once more. 2 kills up in the B apartments. Yesterday was no fluke, folks. And VP, what now?
Here you shouldn't save.
Yeah.
Right? Like, even Jame, you need to, like, try and make something happen. Either deny their money. You know, I mean, this is a horrible situation. Actually, it's going to be very hard to do anything, but that's the point. If you save here, let's say even Fame dies with the Tech 9, but you save the AK and the AWP, then you're in this weird situation where the 3 players will eco the next round. These 2 guys will have guns, but they won't have the money.
Yeah.
So in round number 14, you will have them, unless they try to save the next round as well, which would be wild. And G2 at that point would chase them because they already have enough money in the bank to throw themselves at VP to deny them the AWP.
So they are saving.
Okay, Fame got a gun as well.
They got the gun from under.
Here it gets weird for me. This is the part of it that I don't like, because, okay, Jame can buy some extra utility, Flit can buy a smoke, Fame can't buy any nades. And Norbert and Mir have 2.5 and 3K, so it's like, are you gonna buy again and have some freaky buy, or do you eco? But if you eco and then lose and no plan, then these 3 guys that have saved the guns will have at that point, can buy a Galil and big armor, and that's pretty much it. So now they're playing themselves. That previous save was fine.
I'm loving this.
No, I know it's pretty boring for people at home, I guess, but
I'm nerding out, and I'm enjoying listening to you nerd out.
It is like, that's where I think they sort of overdo it, and they're making it more difficult for themselves, because it's not that in its own right is not a terrible thing. But when you combine that with the fact that they are repetitive in their calls, right, and they don't throw anything different,
go for the Tech 9 quick.
If you know that it's this buy, and you can, with a good percentage, guess what it is that they're going to do, well, then it's very difficult for VP to win some of these rounds.
Because typically the issue's been like, oh, even if you know what VP are going to do, you still can't beat them. But I think G2 are answering the problems pretty well, and they seem to know exactly what VP are going to do. And it's similar to yesterday. James doesn't know, but there's a player jumping below his scope as he holds for an orb peak. m0NESY and HooXi have both been taking shots here. G2, if they can lock VP out of this round, they've got them cooked in the half.
You can see G2 2 rounds, they went for aggressive plays in B apps. VP thinks, okay, they're just going to keep doing it. They send James there now, but G2 plays it more defensive, and so that early phase doesn't really work out for VP.
Ooh, he hits this. No, he doesn't. m0NESY gets faced by James, and that's what they wanted. Finally, the captain steps up with a crucial opening kill, his first attempt in the map at round 13. And it comes up for James. So how will G2 respond? They get that orb out of there.
I think this also might be just, you're playing against, you haven't done anything for 3 rounds.
Yeah.
You've just been saving around, and you're like, you just want to see some action. You just want to do something, you know, and then you get a shot, you miss it. Like,
Be execute though. Committing 2 players cat. 40 seconds. Only HooXi here.
Yeah.
We might have a 7-8 half.
Yeah, this actually is huge for VP. They only have one guy to get past. Nico seeing Mir up through Con doesn't help, you know, uproot this ruse either, but it will free up Hunter to rotate around just a little bit sooner. There's a second player here. The molly in the way with 20 seconds left. They have to wait for that to fade, but now they're playing in the final 10 seconds. Miss spray for HooXi. Hunter, if he can hold the line here, G2 is still in with the chance. He drops the bomb away from them. And so even though VP get a handful of kills, they will not win this round. They will not get that bomb planted. It's G2 with an 8th. Thanks to Hunter's heroics on the B-hole.
no, not Hunter's heroics on the B-hole. Thanks to the Giga Chat.
Yeah,
and
with
that his use of utility. First the smoke and then the
play.
Granted, it was Hunter in the end that actually, you know, with this kill.
It was both.
But
it was both Hunter and
HooXi. Because if Hunter doesn't get the double kill, Yanko, VP get the bomb plant. VP get the bomb plant. Who knows what we're watching?
yeah, of course, no. But I mean, that was a great example of just using your utility preemptively based on what's going on the map. And that also bought time for Hunter to come in. They couldn't push through the smoke because of the incendiary, and in the end ran out of time.
That looked like a kill for Jack both times.
That was one of the first kills in this game where it felt like just some real Nico BS. And so I'm really hoping this is him about to kick it up a gear, because that was crazy. James thought he had him dead to rights. Tries his hand at the flick in mid, but dead now, of course.
They're out.
m0NESY! Oh, just back in time as he sees that.
This kid's nuts.
Somebody util come out. That was enough for him to look back over. Hunter pushing through the B apartments, doesn't want to give this fight away, and so he is allowed to back out. That's a big one to not get stuck in.
Minute on the clock, 2 players with full belt of utility each in a double orb round. Like G2 know what they're up against. They're not throwing it away. And VP don't have the longevity. They have 1 smoke between this team. And this is a very important round to try and salvage something on this T side. They're going to group back on A after probing the B apartments. Molly getting burnt on B. Hunter picks up drop nades from HooXi, who will return to the A side. And Norba has a lot of room in this site. This is a retake round for G2 with 2 orbs as well. Not going to be easy. They've got kits, and there may be rifles to scavenge, but VP are very happy with the position they're in now.
Oh, HooXi doesn't want to die and give up control of jungle here. Makes a little bit of noise. So they know where he is on the AWP. Hunter is late through short. This is a slow retake for G2.
Gonna run out of time.
Gonna try and build into this right near the end. They need these kills to come cleanly on the mid fights, and m0NESY's missed that. Player tucked in over towards connector. Hunter could deal with this right now, but he never saw the reposition. And so m0NESY's got to do it alone. Even though he's good for the first kill, there's no win in this round. m0NESY is out of there. And so VP get it done in the 3-on-3. That slow play up in A ends up working wonders.
Somehow, from all those saved guns and not planting the bomb and the lost bonus being all over the place, and James dying early with the AWP, VP finds a way.
Yeah, they always find a way, don't they? A 6-round T-side will be pretty tasty at the end. But G2 still have their own money with all these surviving rounds where VP don't challenge them. So double orb will remain. Double cat push.
I think
as
honestly,
well.
it's a sign of the times that you're doing a good job when you've been allowed to run this many double orbs against VP.
Yeah.
Because that in and of itself is hard as well. Like, VP aren't just good at managing their own money. It often feels like they're good at keeping their opponents broke from the fact that they get to play more buy rounds. But here, it's the double orbs delivering for G2 to open up this one. Round 15 gets off to a good start for the G2 squad, and the orbs just keep challenging, keep probing middle.
Hooksy just looked really good on the orb, right? Fast reaction time. I mean, it's the easy gun. We all love an orb, but it doesn't. I don't know where I'm going with that. It's great to see him, having a lot of impact on CT sides. Can play fullback routines. Not seeing any awkward Hooksy misses. Like, sometimes rear their heads with rifles. Flitz lurking with the bomb in B while Fame tries to sell. But it's versus Nico.
You say that there hasn't been Hooksy misses. This is one where he could have the shot that defines the round here as to whether or not Flit can make it awkward. Will Hooksy
Powell, hello.
let him make any madness happen here? Fires off with the AWP, lands the tag. He's done his job. He did what he had to do, and Hunter will come in to finish it off. Double digits secured for G2 to open up this series.
remains supreme.
VP trailing behind by 5 as they only put up a 5-round half here on their T side of Mirage. It was G2 coming in swinging with strong performances from the likes of Monacy and Hooksy on the AWPs in that first half.
You know what was one of the main reasons they were able to come out on top 10-5?
Go on.
Because they saved the first 2 gun rounds that they lost. And they had, VP didn't have a single anti-eco, really a clean one, or to play against pistols with armor. The one time G2 was on an eco, they had a saved op and a saved M4 that did a lot of work.
Yeah, they won it. And VP even won a PT50 armor round in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Keep in mind. So only 5 rounds is not perfect. Pistol could save their bacon. Hooksy entering B with the flashes. He's gone deep into the back of the site, and Flit hits a banger on the swing. Can't escape though. Man, somehow in the middle of the madness, Thorpe jumping through smokes. They found him out. Monacy from bench side denied, and Hunter needs this trade. It's quick flank stopped by JKS, who remains alive in the apartments, causing nuisance as James, the captain's left in the clutch. Bombs getting stuck. 1v2. And G2 trying to face them together. James attempts to isolate, but JKS picks up that pistol round, repeating his strong performance from yesterday as G2 set themselves up to steal VP's map pick.
Now look, man, I'm just gonna say every time we play together, I dropped Juzzy a P250 in those in them pistol rounds. And what did he do to close this out? 2 kills swiftly with the P250.
Only 2?
Well, yeah, you know, that's all he needed to get. There was just 2 guys left, you know, like, kind of did all he could. Hugo, I'm sorry.
We'll allow it. G2, oh, if they just storm B right now, they win the round.
And they might do that. They just might. It's only Mir here.
And it's a save.
Well, you don't know that yet.
I absolutely know that. Unless Mir kills 3.
I've seen it happen.
Well. Yeah? Just like this?
It was around kind of like this one, honestly.
Close B. Flank up Cat. Blinded. Dead now. Of course.
And it's the none and done for Mir, so that save call will come in. VP. This is not the start they wanted. They're going to be left with these guns again in the next round, and the round that they would usually be ecoing in, so that's fine. They essentially get a second go at the force buy. After that, when they bring the rifles out, they've got to find success immediately, or else G2 can look to run away with this map in the second half pretty quickly.
Sometimes talking economy is the crutch of commentators, right? You know, sit back.
But you kind of have
but
to.
how does this impact the finances, Harry? Where's this going?
That's a lot of the.
But that's unfortunately
VP money game.
All there really is to talk about in this matchup right now.
I think for this one though, it's a little bit. I think VP also understands, unless they win a round early in some of these forces, you know, if it goes up to 14-5 or 13-5 for G2, you know, that's going to be very difficult to come back from. So maybe it's something coming from preparation, seeing the G2 most of the time in second rounds ends on A. So okay, let's just stack A, and if they come B, maybe Mir can make something happen and we can, you know, go for a rotate. Maybe we kill the lurker, he kills one, we're in a 4v3, we can go for the retake. I think now, though, I would be surprised if I see them again go for sort of a blind stack, go for a gamble like that. Maybe try to just fight mid with the bodies, try to do something to get some early control. We see them also take a timeout to decide what to do here. I don't know if Mir is going to pick up maybe just a P250 or something like that. I don't think they're, you know, buying more nades and sort of going all in into this round. I think they're still try to do something, to make something happen, but if not, they'll have a full buy in the following round. I remember talking to Mezzi in Rio because Fnatic played them 2 times at the major, right? And talking after it, and it's very, he says it's like so much strain on his brain to have to call, because constantly what's in play, what isn't in play, do they have an off, how many pistols? And now they found
Oh,
2 early kills.
out of nowhere, just storming out middle and ramp
This
through the
is what
smoke.
this is what VP was playing against the previous round.
The return to the A play. Okay. Nice kill for JKS, but
Ooh.
still need a bit more to go their way. And this kill from Hooksy as he flanks up through the connector isn't a bad start. There's been a lot of damage inflicted to JKS over in Palace, or out in sight now, rather. But he still might be able to find a bit more impact before all is said and done. One more out of JKS. m0NESY joins the fray. G2 just might have salvaged this one from the initial 3v5 start they were left in. They've now got it down to just beating one man.
Well, it's not just any man, Harry, but it is a man that is known to beat himself.
I was going to say, is it harder to beat a man who has beaten himself?
More than once. Maybe right before this game. Who knows? It's time, James. It's time.
And this was the round that VP really needed to win, right? To give themselves an early boost to sort of set up that potential comeback. And I think, again, Hooksy. That one kill that he got coming up connector on Flit, and then also this one kill and the molly, that really created the space for G2 to get into the bomb site and use the utility they had remaining, and they did a great job of salvaging that 3v5. So I'm watching Hooksy.
Yes, we were watching when you won G2 that round. And G2 have played a fantastic game here. I think it's easy to clown on VP a little bit from some of the rounds we've seen, but the logic is there, the sense is behind it, and G2 have capitalized on every move VP have made every economical decision. They've won some crazy gunfights. Nico has got an audacious in middle on CT side. m0NESY was banging. It's all gone really well for G2. So I think that's got to be taken into account at this score.
The best thing for them that I've seen in that first half or so far is they were aggressive and they needed to be aggressive, but they didn't take silly risks, or they didn't go for rounds when it wasn't realistic to go for them. And they had a couple of really important saves early on in the first half, which allowed them to keep buying and, you know, get into the game.
And their moves were like info moves as well. They weren't playing double push off spawn. They were doing it very late in rounds, taking ramp back before the B hits. They had flanks coming in. They were winning mid. So it's not like G2 are throwing themselves at VP aggressively, but they will in this round. 30 seconds waiting that smoke before they hit this B bomb site. But VP locked them out. G2 might just have to go through.
They might have to. Hoping that Hooksy can open something up on this run through short, but with JKS now dead, that bomb is out of there. They try to go up connector, but Hunter's been locked out. Nico has secured the kill to get them in, and with that, suddenly the route to this plant opens up. Nico has given G2 a chance. The wide plant for CT won't get stopped yet, but it could get swung, and there's the peek out of Flit. So James and Flip punish immediately in the 2v2. They're fast thinking, gets them onto a 6th.
And that's with Fame making a big mistake to re-swing back in. He kills that underplayer, maybe thinking it's just a con lurk on a B hit, but that'd be a very late con lurk if that's the case. And it's because G2, because they got smoked out, decided to bail the bomb back under and end up on that A site. So, you know, 2 kills come through for VP on B, and Fame seems to believe that that is the commitment. He re-swings back into con. He gives Nico that kill he didn't need to at 20 seconds, and still VP win the round. So very, very close. But
yeah,
VP
I think it was just the chaos that caught him off guard. He did do one shoulder peek, and then he swung to go to jungle. That's when Nico popped up.
Ooh, through smoke.
That's his own smoke, anticipating the incendiary, really, so you can see how careful Fame is because of that.
Oh, not an AK, but you wouldn't believe it.
I love how that went from looking so awkward to just like real clean in an instant. And it regains control of the Galil down in mid.
And an essential reset round, right? VP are back to broke if they lose this.
Oh!
No way.
Oh dear, well don't worry. Under control, Hooksy's at least returned some normality into the 3v3. JKS moving in through the Palace, but they've got Fame to worry about. There's position held, locked down by Fame. Even though JKS gets out, he's still got to win this fight ahead of him. Well, secure it, finds this 2v2 for G2 to work with. But he is hurt, he is wounded here. There's not going to be the fast ending to the round the VP got last time. No one's nearby to punish or stop that bomb plant.
You know what they say, Harry, wounded animals, that's when they're at their most dangerous.
That is true. He's backed into a corner. He's hurting. The claws are out for the Savage.
James is sneaking in ladder right now. My guy, you got to speed up. You're going to be left to the wayside.
Oh dear.
And it's only that Savage animal on low health with another headshot with a bomb not for him. JKS has to stop this cross as James attempts to get back in the site with limited time. He gets the kill and G2 find 14.
I told you, Harry.
A savage animal indeed, Yanko. It's not what you want to find yourself. And look at him smiling away.
Yeah.
One could say he's a beast.
Yeah?
Never mind.
Going somewhere with that?
I don't know.
But no, man, like, I don't know, there's something nice about watching a JKS clutch like that.
Just gave me PTSD. I remember he clutched around like this. We played Renegades at the Berlin Major, the 1-2 game, and he had like a 1v3 clutch from Tetris that broke our back, like ruined our money and everything. We lost like in overtime that map. We lost the series.
Oh, still coming back. What was your best event? Was it that Zotac win in Hong Kong, or?
Thank you, Hugo. No. Won a couple of blasts as well.
Yeah, you know, it was a paycheck event.
A couple of semifinals at the major.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, Zotac.
I don't know. You mentioned it like 3 times.
Yeah, because it was 200K.
Yeah, that's
first
what I
place,
mean.
bro.
Yeah,
like,
the money, man.
I got paid.
You want the money? You want the glory? What do you want?
Money of my life.
Damn right.
I want the glory.
Okay.
Obviously, I'm not in this for the money.
Where was the most glorious, Yanko? Coming 3rd and 4th?
Winning blast.
Yeah, okay.
That says a lot in itself of my achievements as a coach.
Okay, well, 15 rounds now. Let's just go to Inferno. I think we've had our taste of Mirage.
That was a full buy, by the way.
Yeah, G2 have finally lost respect, and I commend them for it. Not quite. Nico will allow it, and Hunter not clearing it, but Nico. So 15-6, and how long has this game been live? That's an hour-long 16-6. Pretty good.
That's wild, actually.
It's pretty good.
But
that's crazy, actually. 60 minutes. We're almost at 60 minutes for this score.
But the game felt a little bit more intense, especially in that first half in the beginning. You know, there was a couple of small decisions that really helped G2. We talked about the saving. Also winning both pistols. I mean, it's huge. Imagine if they lost the pistol and then we saw how the gun round started for VP. They could have been off to a 6-0, 7-0 start. We're talking about a completely different game, but that's why they matter so much.
Well, let's see if VP can keep the timer going. Flash over to mid, but no one peeking on the back of it. Topcon smoke in, and Nico. G2 haven't minded a little trip up through the connector. Instead, it's going to be the boost into window. Now, Flit's got the light to play around, but not crossing early. Honesty won't be learnt about, nor needed to get too involved till a little later on. G2 now posture. Prop themselves up over in the apartments. Monacy takes window away. This has got all the makings of the B split here. And Monacy gets rewarded with that opening kill.
He can explode now, and he's still faking the A site. No way. He almost found that second shot, but jumping out his Fame just in time. Down to the band player. Norbert spammed out. Huxi will trade, and Mir with a FAMAS lets him down at the back of the site. James goes flying in and has to attempt this round. No saving today. These are my favorite James rounds. Damn. But Huxi just ends him with a 3rd headshot from the Hooks. He's loose, and Fame, who reset from that A stairs position, is going to get heard about. Let's go to Inferno. Let's lock it out. G2 are here to play, and here for the playoffs, perhaps. We'll find out in one more map.